until I found where I was and picked it back up. It took me it felt like a minute and a half, but it took me about 10, maybe 15 seconds to really find where I was.
And I don't care what you do live, the potential and actually the inevitability of making a mistake is going to happen.
Oh, like now.
So with you guys, when you make that mistake, every now and then I fall apart. So, like when you've made that mistake, have you gone from like recognizing it to just moving forward, or have you always just moved forward?
Yeah, I think we always try to move forward. In the moment, you make the mistake, you move on. You can't do anything about it after you make a mistake, right?
So if the drummer fucks up, you don't call him out on stage?
No, I mean, I can probably count in like 2 fingers the times that we've actually called somebody out on stage in our 20-year career. But even then, it's like, that's not cool. I mean, somebody messes up, you tell them after the fact.
You were younger.
Yeah, we might giggle about it after the show.
Yeah, and everybody's screw. And we are always going to. We always think we screw up more than we actually do. Like sometimes you're playing, you're like, oh man, I played like shit, and then you listen back to the video or something, you're like, that was pretty good actually. What am I talking about?
I'm glad you said that. Yeah. We're actually going to touch on that as soon as he's done blowing into this fucking thing. So Full Harmo, is there something you're going to play for us? Is it just?
So I just wrote this, and it's not complete yet. I got to write 4 songs by next Saturday.
Somebody asked you, what are you going to play tonight?
So I'm playing my first song.
Okay.
Nice.
For that.
Does it have a name?
Yes, it does. It's called I Have a Feeling. I've got a feeling. Something like that.
Sorry. Turned himself off. He's like, I don't even want to hear this shit.
All right. Don't start yet.
Hold on. It's their show. You got to hold.
All right, we're good.
Now I start.
Yeah.
What are you bored?
Oh, no, go ahead. No, I was getting into it.
That was it. I'm good. I don't play it.
All right, now do When the Lion Sleeps at Night.
Not bad. Yes. Harmonica it's hard, man. It's a hard instrument.
Oh, this is the chromatic.
Oh.
16-hole Pissardo.
Okay.
This is the one I'm.
You can't miss with 16 holes, bro.
Oh, yes, you
bound
can.
to hit one of them.
You can try.
It's awesome.
He's got the biggest fucking harmonicas I've ever seen.
I've never seen a harmonica that big.
I think it's a little man syndrome, like a short guy with a big truck.
Well, it gives you more options because you got the bass scale and you can hit somebody with it after the show.
Yeah.
Seems more legit that way.
Yeah.
So back to you guys. Redlight Stare. Redlight Stare!
Woo!
In the studio.
In the studio.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting our invite. I mean, you guys have done 1,000 shows, and this is the best one yet. No.
This is by far top 2.
1,000%.
So what other interviews have you guys done?
Channel 13, News Channel 8.
What was the most... Like
the coolest one we did? Actually, you remember the Australian interview? Remember the Australian? We did an Australian interview at like 3 a.m. because of the time difference. There's a college radio station in Australia.
And call in?
Yeah, they. I wish we could have gone down there.
Badass.
But they found our music, hit us up, and said you want to be on the air, and we did a whole interview with Verity White. That was her name, the host. I remember that.
What was the best question she asked you?
I don't remember that part.
It's so great.
Well, you know what? In all fairness, when you're a new band, they always ask you the same questions. Where does a name come from? What are your influences? How did you guys meet? Why did you guys start playing music?
See, that's why I'm asking, because I'm trying to learn how to ask questions. Yeah. Oh, so you guys have been together?
I watched a YouTube video on interviews.
I'm going to ask you shit they can find online.
Yeah.
So
We did a couple of morning shows on TV.
WB, bro, or was that
the CW?
CW 44.
There was like a morning show, a nationally syndicated show. I mean, we sucked at it, but we almost died the night before it. So that was part of it.
It was in Orlando.
Long story, but we've done a lot, and I love talking to people a lot about the music, and I'm a narcissist. I like talking about myself.
And I mean, I don't give a damn when you're talking about WB or whatever. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit. When you're talking about an actual TV station,
Yeah.
and you're prepping to go do that, how did you get invited to do that?
Again, a manager that has connections.
So you weren't invited. You were presented.
Well, you kind of have to pitch yourself usually, right? So, and when you have a good product, they say, okay, cool. So we had good recordings, we had a good story, we had a good image we're putting out there, and we had good connections. So sadly, it's really about who you know. So
That's pretty freaking awesome, though, dude.
yeah. Well, we did that NBC one. Was it NBC
Yes.
in town? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a whole
Tampa.
stage. It was one of those morning shows. They're like, all right, now we're going to cut over to the band.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Shit,
It's hilarious.
That wasn't
It's hard
nerve-wracking?
to rock. It's hard to rock at 5 a.m. That's the harder part.
See, that's funny because I believe that.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that Fox one has,
Yep.
like, their concert series or whatever it
Yeah.
is. And I'm watching these bitches out there, and they're getting down.
Yeah.
Like, they're in it to win it.
Yep.
At freaking 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm going, dude, that's
Yeah.
tough.
And it was worse for us. I feel like everybody wanted us to play acoustic for some reason because it was easier, I guess, sound wise.
Which we hardly ever did it at that time.
And I hated it, but we still did it because it's TV, and you're not going to say no, right? You're going to go play acoustic.
You don't
But
turn down exposure.
No,
like
but
that.
at the same time, actually, and sometimes it wasn't good. It wasn't a good thing. We were a rockin' high energy band, and you sit there with an acoustic looking all like, lame. It's not the same impact. So
How long ago were these experiences about?
probably towards the 2007, 2008, I think was when Soul Found was at its height, right before we broke up.
So, what, 10, 12 years ago? So,
Yep.
so
This is our first interview since then. So
media, was relevant then,
yep.
right? So, did you see an impact from doing that interview?
Sadly, not great. We did see
So
some.
this will be no different. No.
At least we're having a good time. It's funny because when Soul Found started quitting was when MySpace was at its height, and back then that was like a big change because you could communicate directly with a band. You can talk shit to them on their own page, right? So we got a little bit of that. People saying, "Oh, this band, this and that." So, but we also saw spikes in downloads. We would sell more merch, and we got better shows. So, it is what it is.
Sorry about that. I have another question from the chat board.
This one's for Brian.
Who dis?
I can't say her name. Lisa Webb Deo.
Heyo.
Oh, okay. Deo, heyo.
Heyo.
Recognize bitches. All right. So overrated bands. She says top 3. I'm only going to require 1.
Overrated bands?
Overrated. Like I say, cruel curses.
If I may be so bold, The Who. Sorry, I'm not
I'm
a
down
fan.
with that.
I'm not a
Come
fan. Not a fan of The Who. I'm not a fan of The Who. That's just my opinion.
Keith Moon?
I'm not
He's not
saying that
John
they're not awesome.
I say the Beatles.
Both dead.
I'll punch you in the fucking
I say the
throat.
Beatles.
No, I like the Beatles.
Ah.
And 10 years ago, I would have said the Stones, but I actually like the older Stones stuff now, so
It's funny you say that because she used to hate the Stones.
Yeah.
And then I kind of just kept
Yeah.
implementing it. And
Beating it into her
she's
head.
like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And now she listens to the Stones.
Yeah.
It's okay. None of them are listening, I promise.
They just came through Tampa. They're not going to come back. And again, I'm not saying that they're bad. I just think
it's
they're overrated.
Right. I
So,
think that they get more attention than
change my mind.
Sure.
Brian.
As much as I love Flea, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Really?
I just don't like their sound.
That's a pretty interesting answer.
For me, as a sensitive soul, it's hard for me to shit on anybody.
We're not shitting on anybody.
Like if you were to say like for me, his answer, I could be like, okay, I can shit on an era or
Barking Dog Studios, welcome.
a certain era of the Chili Peppers. Yeah, lame. Or
Now I don't like.
But those
the-
mega bands are they've had such amazing careers.
Answer the
Easy.
question. Answer the question.
Thank you, bro. I need more people like you.
Anti-mask.
Really? You gonna go there?
I agree.
All right.
Anti-mask?
Yeah.
Overrated.
That was an anti-answer.
How about a
Yeah,
band
no.
that we've heard of?
How about you, Mike? What do you think?
No, I said Beatles. I
Beatles,
don't get the
he came
Beatles.
out.
I've tried
Are you being
listening.
serious?
I'm dead serious. I can't. I don't get it. I know their hits because I went to Hooters a lot as a kid, and they played it on the jukebox.
I was at the Waffle House.
So if a song comes on, I'll kick it. She loves you, yeah, yeah. But as a musician trying to listen, I haven't found what people hear.
It's funny you say that because my favorite Beatles is early Beatles. To me, like the heady stuff that everybody loves. I like the bubblegum pop Beatles.
Yeah.
To me, that's more fun. Twist and Shout is my favorite Beatles song. So
That's what I learned guitar on. All that old early stuff.
I think Norwegian Wood is beautiful.
It's
The
great.
idea of
No.
it is fucking awesome.
great. That's on Rubber Soul, right? Rubber Soul is on
Yeah,
that?
it's on Rubber Soul.
So Rubber Soul's good, but after that, I don't know.
I mean, listen, on the surface, like, I'm not throwing the Beatles in and listening to it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But I listen to it because I know what it's done for music.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that naturally just, like, I have a different love for it because of that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Want to hold your hand.
Yep.
I've read the history on frickin' Good Day Sunshine. You know what I mean? Like, I know the background of these things. And,
Fine, Elvis Costello.
Huh?
Fine, Elvis Costello.
And no one's talking to you. Paul Alexander Jeter, Orpheum Brothers, says, "What's up, guys?
What up?
What up?
You guys just met? No, you didn't.
Iron Maiden.
So, Paul, you got to meet these guys, bro. They're even cooler than you. So listen."
Sometimes.
You're so humble.
Well, together, collectively.
Collectively.
Till I get on the
Collective Soul. Now, there's an overrated fucking band.
Although The World I Know made me cry the first time I ever heard it. Remember that song? The World I Know, like the acoustic one? And the video was very sad. It's very, like, depressed. And, like, I remember watching the video. I remember like it was yesterday. It was like 1997 in the morning before school. I'm watching it, and it made me cry.
Was that? Did they do Black
I love
Gold,
that
or was
song.
that live?
Which one?
Black Gold.
Black Gold. No, Black Gold is Soul Asylum.
Soul Asylum. Okay.
Yeah, I like that band.
Yes.
That was a good band.
So when you do you write most of the music or all of it?
I would say all of it.
Do you?
The writing part, yeah. But, you know, until recently, usually, I recently discovered the GarageBand AI drummer, the auto drummer. So much to Dan's chagrin, all the demos come with programmed drums. But usually I let him do whatever he wants and on the drums, and usually I just do everything else.
Thank you. I know how this shit works, dude. I've met Ryan.
It's easier
Gerson.
for him. It's easier for him. And no, I'm not. Don't Ryan me. don't Ryan me. And Ryan knows I mean this with all the love in the world. That's not what I'm doing.
He cannot play drums
I can't
That
play
was
drums.
beautiful.
at my level, but he is good at drums.
I'm pretty decent. I'm the second best drummer in the band.
Don't Ryan me.
I've never seen him play.
I've never seen him play though.
I can play a tambourine.
Percussion.
If there's brass involved, I just look at him because he's a dick. So listen. So I got confused now because you said don't Ryan me, and my brain went fucking nuts because that's real.
No, Ryan is very talented. Ryan likes to control every aspect of it, and I respect him for it. It's not a dig. It's
He'll
just,
tell you that.
I know he's very open about it. So, and that's okay. But I like what Dan does. Dan is my, Disco. Disco is my congruent angle.
Oh, Jesse says the Grateful Dead.
Overrated.
Oh,
some
yeah, I
might
agree
say.
with that 100%. Not a fan.
Unless you take a couple hits of acid, right?
All right, then they're awesome.
So it's Fish, but them.
Fish for sure.
So the
Overrated?
question was sober. Who was overrated sober?
Can I please get a clarification?
Who's overrated without rupees? Viewer request: Mike Smack Stan. Fuck you, Paul. So Heather Valone, welcome.
Heyo.
Have you guys ever met Heather Valone?
It's-
Heather. Yeah,
I
she
think
was
so.
at the Blue Note show,
Yeah.
at the spaghetti wrestling thing. I think she was
was
there.
one
One of the wrestlers.
I think she was one of the wrestlers. Yeah.
She's doing things, dude. Like
Yep.
we're all at the beginning stages of this,
Yeah.
but she's actively doing things with people that matter
Yep.
and trying to build this community with us. So if you ever get a chance to meet her and actually talk to her and shit,
Yeah.
talk to her for a minute.
Holla.
I mean, she's an arrogant bitch, but other than that, just talk to her. Are
Yeah.
you listening? Is she still
Aren't-
listening? Is
aren't
she
we
in
all?
the chat?
I turned her headphones off.
I wanted to say that when she was in the studio, but she was too close. No.
Too many things to throw around here.
Jesus Christ. So anyway, where were we going? Oh, favorite band.
Songwriting.
Someone asked that question.
You
about
said something about
overrated bands
songwriting
all
and
that.
then overrated bands. Yeah.
Yeah, he writes everything.
So you write the music.
Yep.
And I've heard so many different ways of the music being developed, you know what I mean? And some people are more controlling, some people are less controlling, some people have different, like, there used to be a band that the lead singer, they would just come up with music, they'd go into the studio, and he would literally just bounce around the studio, and if he didn't come up with nothing, they'd trash it. Or he'd bounce around and then just start coming up with lyrics, like, on the spot, in the studio, while they were playing the music.
Yep.
That's pretty badass.
It's avant-garde stuff.
I mean, that's one style. You know what I mean? So when it does come to actually developing the songs, how long? You're fairly new, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like they're acceptive of, like, are you still scared to go, oh, but what if we tried it this way?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm still.
I mean,
I'm
you look
still.
like you're scared to sit there. So I mean,
No, I'm still.
I'm not really nervous. I'm
So I'm not sure if you want to be here or not.
I don't know. I'm just keeping to myself. No, and that's pretty much.